finally let me in. Can you hear me?
I hear you. Can you hear me?
No? Wait, yes?
You can?
I can. That's who asked that question.
Is the audio okay?
It is to me.
All right, cool. This is all coming through my iPad, so.
Oh, okay. This is my first time using this microphone for this. I've been using it to record stories. So let me...
Nice, you're coming in loud and clear.
Okay, good. That's what I like. Using the computer one always gives some kind of feedback.
I see.
Oh, anyway, so we're started. Welcome to Conversations in Sunglasses. Haven't done an episode of this in 6 months. And ironically, in that episode, we wore Christmas shirts and I had a Santa Claus in the background just to be weird. And now, next episode, it's actually the holiday season.
I just processed what you meant by that. Like it's freaking April and you're wearing Christmas shirts.
Right. Yeah, 6 months ago. We thought it was funny. Of course, we were wearing sunglasses at the time.
Yeah, it's weird wearing sunglasses in my house at 10 p.m.
What, you don't always do that? You don't always...
No, I'm trying to like read the settings on my...
Oh, I know. You can't see anything. At least I can see things, but the computer screen looks weird.
No, I can't see jack in these things, which is totally fine.
Right? Yeah. Don't need to see much. I mean, just to sit here and chat. So, oh yeah. So this is Matt Paul, right? I never know which. It's going to flip this image. So
I'm somewhere and everywhere.
Yeah. You're all around in the ether.
I am relative.
Like a fart.
Basically.
So let's talk about you. Who are you? You're in a band. You're in My Perfect End.
Correct. Nice plug.
And it's
I am. Got an album coming out someday.
Someday. Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely.
Because you've been working on it, correct?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Here and there.
Here and there.
Whoa.
Yeah, I play bass for them. And
right.
I also play guitar for myself.
Good.
Here and there.
That's the best person to do things for, is yourself.
Yeah. It's a good time. I'm not great at it, but I enjoy it. That's all that matters.
I agree 100 zillion %. That is all that matters. It's weird wearing headphones.
Yeah, I thought about wearing my headphones, but I didn't want to be weird. And then I'd also have to deal with them like dying in the middle of it. And
oh yeah, because mine are plugged in to the computer.
I can plug mine in, but then I'd be like tethered to this wall outlet over here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird.
Oh yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
Oh well. But I'm just wearing them because I'm trying to avoid feedback, like my voice coming back at me from the computer while I'm talking into a microphone.
Yeah, hopefully you're not picking up any audio from you coming out of my iPad and then being received into the iPad.
I mean, it sounds good to me.
All right, I guess that's the
other thing about
for you.
Headphones is I can hear the screw-ups as they're happening. All the little...
Yeah, I've got this weird stack of like things on my desk to get a good angle for my iPad's camera. Like I've got like some sticky notes and like a ballpoint pen and like my laptop, and it's all just sort of like stacked on top of each other in a weird way to get this camera angle. Otherwise my like legs are like right here.
It looks like one of those health class videos, like you're about to push out a baby.
Oh god. Yeah, definitely don't want that. No. We definitely won't be showing this to any health class students.
I
or
mean,
who knows?
You don't know what we're going to talk. We never know what we're going to talk about. Like,
yeah, I definitely don't. I'm honestly kind of like scared.
Why? Oh, no, see, there's nothing to be scared of because I do this freaking crap all the time. You just sit down and start talking and just talk. Just think about that. Like, what, you're scared you're not going to have anything to talk about?
No, I'm scared of what I'm going to talk about.
Oh, no, for
like
real,
if I
though,
ever try to run for mayor and this ever gets out, I'm probably screwed.
I think that about every single video I post. And then I post it anyway and think,
Yeah.
You know what? If I run for office, I'll own it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be a phony person when I run for office, when I run for garbage man or whatever.
Like, we're gonna do garbage man.
Maybe we should have to elect our garbage men. I don't know.
Well, they better get a good salary if they're getting elected.
They do. I think they do get a pretty good salary.
Oh, they actually do. From last I checked, I don't know if it's actually kept up.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was a kid, I was like, shit. I just got to pick up people's trash.
Right.
I make that much.
Right. But then you also have to pick up people's trash. Like,
yeah,
you're going to get the weird wet bags that start leaking on you and you don't know what it is.
Some dead dogs and...
Right. People throw away like they're
a stillborn or two.
Right. Like, you have to pick up the occasional dead baby.
Especially in this state.
Right, I know.
Might throw out a couple fetuses.
Right. Our mayor or governor.
Or feti. I don't know what the plural of fetus is.
I think it's fetuses.
Oh.
But
I like feti better.
Feti. Like, you should become a doctor just so you can make up words to your patients, just so you can say things like to someone carrying twins, your feti look good today, and then she'll think that's how you say it and go around sounding like an idiot.
Hey man, that's how all words have to start. Somebody's just got to say them.
I know, someone just has to make it up. Like, who is
like
the
all
first
the words
person
that I make up?
Yeah.
I try to be good at English and sound smart, and I just end up making up words.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're in music, if you write lyrics, you can make up words.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know, your made up words, I always know what you mean.
Yeah, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, as long as communication is happening, which is the purpose of words.
Or so I'm told.
Yeah, by words.
By words.
Words are the ones who want us to think this. It's a conspiracy. The words are
new world order of words.
Right. The words are trying to put microchips in our bloodstream. That's what I hear.
My friend had a microchip implanted in her today.
Oh, really?
Got that booster shot.
Oh, the booster.
Yeah, her cell phone reception has been really good since then. Very suspicious.
Right? The government. There is no shadow government. Like, the Trump administration proved to me, there cannot be like a shadow government controlling everything. These people can't tie their shoes. Like, governments are not capable of global conspiracies.
They've got those curly shoelaces in there where you just have to pull them tight.
Right. That's most politicians. Like, we elect the dumbest among us. It's a kakistocracy. We're run by the least qualified and the least intelligent.
Kakistocracy.
That too.
Kakistocracy. There we go.
I like it. Good made up word. Or is it a real word?
It is now.
It totally is now.
I done said it.
I mean, that's the purpose of Urban Dictionary. That should be their slogan. Not a word. It is now. What?
Cuckistocracy.
Maybe so. Maybe so. I don't do anything to like help myself in the YouTube algorithm. Might as well.
Yeah, no, definitely can't have that in the YouTube type.
I mean, you could. It's just it would hurt my. But everything I do hurts my like chances of being seen, like in suggestion things.
Oh no, you've got to pay for that. What are you talking about? You want to get like seen? You gotta pay for it. You gotta monetize your channel.
You can't until you've been seen. That's the irony. Like you have to have so many subscribers before they'll even let you do that. So
yeah, I mean, we could turn this into a podcast. You might get more exposure that way.
True story. I should do a podcast. All this is just to, it's for my author platform. You have to have a social media platform.
That's true.
Prove to people that you can do these things. Like if they want to work with you on a book. I don't care. Like I have 19 subscribers. That's kind of amazing. I'm like, why do people subscribe to this? I appreciate it.
Oh, for sure.
I definitely do. I just think it's funny. Probably not. You're evil.
I am. I'm not very good at social media myself.
Yeah, I have to force myself to like get on Facebook and make a post.
I don't think I've made a post in over a year.
Probably
it's just whenever
not.
My band does stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, hey, what's up, y'all? I exist.
I exist and I'm in this band.
Please go listen.
Right, buy our stuff.
My vocalist said I had to do this.
Oh, well. And he used words. Very manipulative tactic.
I know.
Like, words can put thoughts in your head. Literally. That's exactly what they do. That's all they do, is they put thoughts in your head. I don't trust words.
I don't either. Especially when they're my own in my head.
Right. Like, so did they come from your head into the words, or did they come from the words into your head?
Beats me, man. All I know is there's too damn many of them.
Yeah, there's a lot. And then there's like all these other languages too.
Yeah, I have like a lot of like internal like guitar sounds that aren't even guitar sounds. It's just like a lot of dum 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 dum. I was like, what even is this? And it happens a lot where I'm like, oh, that would be a cool riff, and then I remember that it's literally a riff from a song that I know. I'm like, oh damn.
Oh yeah,
I'm not very original.
I mean, you can't help it. Like, we take in so much stuff, so much music, so many stories, just so much media that you can't keep up with what's originally your thoughts, or what's just a distant echo of something you once saw. Yeah. So you can't help it.
I'm over here trying to like make out what it looks like on the reflection of your sunglasses.
Oh, what does it look like?
You've got like these two weird like pupils that are your computer screen.
That's the computer screen. I wonder if it goes like infinitely back, since I'm looking at what the camera's seeing and it's projected back.
Well, I can't see Jack anyway, so.
Yeah, I can't either. Not
your audience might be able to see the Cowboys game on mute in the background here in my sunglasses reflection.
Oh, really? Oh, wait. I see. It's real tiny.
Very tiny.
Beady little eyes. Beady little white eyes.
That's all I can see now. Is your little cross-eyed computer screen eyeballs.
Right? I look like a cartoon. That's pretty lovely. And then I take off my sunglasses and it's still there. That's just what my eyes look like. I can't stop seeing it. I have to look at the line between us. Hello,
yeah, line. I'm just going to try to stop paying attention to that. I'm just gonna go back to focusing on your lips because
right.
I need that in order to understand words.
Oh, really?
I do better at reading lips when somebody's talking to me.
Oh, okay. My phone buzzed because I forgot to put it on silent.
Unacceptable.
I agree. But I don't like people telling me what to do, so if it's unacceptable, good. It was my choice, and it made me happy. Actually, it made me unhappy. Actually, I was neutral emotionally when it buzzed. I just recognized that I didn't intend for it to. Now I'm trying to, like, silence it. Oh, Nick
Silence, you
Aston buzzed
peon.
me. That's weird that Nick Aston messaged me right now since he's in every other episode of this. Oh, I can't read it. Wait, this is rude. Why am I on my phone?
No, now you got to
Wait.
display the message for everybody to see.
Oh no, because I just got a. Whoa! I just got a message. I can't display. Not from Nick Aston though.
That's why I wanted you to display it because I knew it was undisplayable.
Like I don't even know why I have Tinder on my phone at this point. Like I never. Like anytime I match, every time I match, like neither one of us speaks to each other usually. And I'm always just like, wait, why did I swipe right? When I look, I'm like, what mindset was I in? Was I wearing sunglasses when I
just shoot
through?
My shot every time, just swipe right on everything.
On everything?
And just see where it goes. I had a friend that worked at Whole Foods and he used Tinder to like make friends.
Oh, hey, that's weird. But
like he was not using it like as a dating platform. He was using it to like
just meet people.
Start the Tinder of, friendship. And if it goes further than that, then cool. But he was like, yeah, I've met some cool people on there. We go like rock climbing together and stuff.
Neat.
I'm like, that's rad. Like
that is.
Because it is a way to just like spark up conversations with people you never otherwise normally meet. And, it's a lot easier to be like, hey, I'm this and I like this, this, and this.
Mm-hmm.
And then you find out you have some sort of compatibility and you hang out.
Right.
And like, let's go to the rock climbing gym and do some bouldering. And then you are like, hey, I played guitar. Sweet. I played drums. Like, hey, let's jam. Like, because he just had it set to everybody. Like his parameters were just set to everybody.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sure that.
Well, mine are too.
But yeah. Like, so I'm sure that, a lot of people on there are just on there, either looking for romance or just to hook up. There's probably not a lot of people on there looking for friendship.
No, but that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Like just straight up say you're looking for friends, and like you said, whatever. There's nothing wrong with making new friends. I'm pretty sure
he did have that in his bio too on there.
Yeah, so when people swipe right, that's what they're allegedly
because he moves
swiping
from
right
like
for.
He's a vagabond. Like I'm pretty sure he's like up in Portland right now. I'm pretty sure. And so he lived like in Austin. He's living in Portland. He lived in like California for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
And he's my age, so he's only 20. He's turning 27 here pretty soon.
Right.
And so like he's just so he just had that on there as a way to like meet people in whatever area he was in.
That's clever.
It's like clever. I don't need that kind of interaction. So,
right.
That's too much. Too much.
Yeah. I mean, apparently it's too much for me too. That's why like every time I get a Tinder notification, I'm like, why am I on Tinder again? I just like meeting people organically.
It just doesn't happen as often, especially during the post-COVID era.
Right. It's true. It's harder to do.
It's like, weird. I'm fully vaccinated, but like I walked into a Starbucks the other day and didn't have a mask on me. And like, but like they're not wearing masks either. But we had a little conversation.
Yeah.
And it was nice. We got enough separation, and I'm vaccinated, so
Right.
But I did feel bad because like I didn't even realize that like I wasn't wearing a mask until I left. But like somebody else drove me, and I keep my mask in my car. So when I got there, I was like, oh damn, I don't have my mask.
Yeah. It's happened to me a couple of times recently. Today, I walked into a 7-Eleven all just face naked. And I felt like, oh crap.
Face naked.
Yeah. And I felt kind of naked. But then I realized no one was wearing a mask, but I still always do. Whoa. Because I don't want people to think that I voted for Trump or something.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to look like, I don't want to look like one of the ignorants.
Yeah, exactly. And now there's this new mutation.
The Omicron.
Right. Like, I'm waiting for
like a comic villain.
Yeah, and I'm waiting for Optimus Prime to do something about it. Because it sounds like something off of Transformers.
Yeah, or like something like some sort of Jedi would be looking for.
The Jedi Omicron.
The Omicron.
The holocron of holocrons is the Omicron.
Is the Omicron. Yeah.
Yes. Like it's got stuff pre-Jedi in there. And it's got Sith. It's got it all. Any kind of Force anything is in the Omicron.
Palpatine just shows up.
Right? No, the explanation for that is in the Omicron.
Yeah.
For how somehow Palpatine came back. That's the line. That is the line that explains it in that movie.
Somehow. I can't believe it. It's Palpatine.
Yeah, somehow he
I just want
back.
Every like Star Wars main villain from now on to end up being Palpatine.
Right. Every time. Just make him like Jason. Like you have a Jedi camp and the kids are there and just getting butchered at night by a lightsaber.
Palpatine played by the ghost of Michael Jackson.
Right. It could happen in Star Wars. The villain is always Palpatine. Somehow he comes back. It's very well thought out. I still enjoyed that movie.
For sure.
That was ridiculous.
Like I said, I still need to go back and watch it again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I enjoy it more every time I watch it.
There's like 70 Easter eggs. Like next time I watch it, I'll probably watch it one more time, and then the next time I watch it again, I'll like go through like the list of all of the Easter eggs. Like just have like a thing, like a play-by-play up on my phone, and be like, see, this scene here is a homage to this, thing that was in a comic book at some point, and or this was from the video game, or this is a homage to this or that, because there was a lot, and like I picked up on maybe half of them, but there was still a lot that I more than likely missed.
Right. Yeah. Even I used to have, I'm a couple years behind, but I once had encyclopedic knowledge of Star Wars, and I would catch every freaking reference I thought, but they crammed so much stuff in there. Like, even I missed like tons of it, or didn't catch a reference. But I'm trying to think what I did notice in episode 9.
No, I can't even. There was so much. Like, I'm still trying to like process the movie itself, having only seen it once.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's really freaking long. I don't know.
And I don't want to give out spoilers to anybody who hasn't seen it.
Oh, right.
If there is somebody who hasn't seen it 2 years later.
Right. Yeah, I ruined it. Somehow Palpatine came back.
Oh yeah.
Spoiler.
Well, I mean, hey, it was hinted
Like
at in the trailer, so
I just gave all the details.
Yeah.
It was hinted at in the trailer, that's right. So they spoiled it themselves.
They did. I
The
mean, that's how they sold
filmmakers.
tickets for it. Was it,
Right?
Palpatine's back. Remember Snoke? Yeah, that guy. Don't even worry about him.
Right.
Or Snoke. I don't even remember.
Snoke. Yeah.
Snoke. Yeah.
But
because he was just so forgettable. It was just okay.
Mm-hmm.
That was our bad guy, and now he's not.
Chopped in half. The end. Yeah. And there he is in a jar in episode 9. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I saw him in Alien Resurrection too.
I think so. He was one of the failed Ripley clones.
Yeah.
Doesn't kill me.
I wonder if I'm caught up on that.
On what?
On Alien? The Alien franchise.
I mean, the story hasn't moved forward since Resurrection.
Forward, yeah.
Yeah, it's all been prequel. Even the
Which
Alien.
Have been awesome. I've enjoyed the prequel.
Oh yeah, the Covenant and Prometheus.
Yeah, and then the last one, like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm caught up because it's Alien Covenant.
Yeah, those are the only two the only two prequels he's done.
Okay, it's just making sure I don't keep up with a lot of films being made nowadays. The last film saga that I was a part of was the last Marvel saga with Thanos, and then I've just completely fallen off since then.
Yeah, me too. Until I've watched the Disney Plus shows, the TV shows that tie in, but I haven't seen any of the new movies. I want to see the new Spider-Man really bad.
I didn't even see the last one with Tom
Holland,
Mysterio.
Oh yeah. It was pretty good. It was really good.
Yeah, I haven't even seen that one. Because that was the first one that came out in the post-COVID era, isn't it?
Was it? It might have been the last one that came out before COVID. It's one of those. It's one of the two.
It was the first post-Endgame Marvel movie, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. But it was still, I think, still part of that phase of the story. I guess it was like an epilogue.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it was really good.
I'll probably do that because I mean, even with the Thanos arc with the Infinity Stones, I sort of I didn't really catch on until later, but then I binged everything.
Yeah.
In release order to catch up because I watched some here and there. I didn't realize that they were going to turn this into such a dynasty when I watched Iron Man.
I know. It used to just be cool that Iron Man referenced the Hulk movie.
Right.
And then it blew up into what a comic book movie universe should be.
Yeah, honestly. They did quite well with that. And as soon as they started they had me in the theaters after every credit scene to see what the next step was going to be. And having not read any of the comics, and I don't know how much it actually aligns to any of the comics. Not
much. I mean, it's just basically it's the same concept of the superhero
done in 2-hour increments.
Yeah, but it's not the same storyline. It's just the comics are way too epic.
Right.
There's just no way to condense
3D storytelling. And background, I assume, as well.
Yeah. Indeed.
And, Courtney was looking at some. They had a Marvel character index that they were selling at Barnes and Noble, and it looked pretty cool.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
It looked pretty cool because I was trying to buy her something for some shelf candy, but she's the type to browse hardcore first and then buy much later.
I see.
And so she did browse quite heavily, but no purchases were made.
See, I'm the sort who I see a book, I like a book, I buy a book.
Yep. Yep. Same. And that's why my bookshelf has rapidly outpaced my ability to read.
Good. Mine too. My library once was a bookshelf. It's now a room, and it's full of, it's full of books I've read and books I have yet to read. It's like,
yeah, I'm now
I
in the
always have
market
something
for
to
another
read.
bookshelf.
Nice. Yeah. I'm in the market for a couple. I have boxes of books in the library closet.
Yeah.
It's insanity. I'm gonna need to remodel the house at some point
Yeah,
to
and you know,
accommodate
like,
my
and it's
books.
like I hate like the fact that like I'm resigned to so much digital media as well, just because it's either not available in print or otherwise.
Right.
Because there are several series that like I am reading that just aren't available in English print.
Right.
And it is what it is.
It sucks. Like, and stuff like, because you read a lot of manga and
Yeah.
stuff from Japan. So, like, if you get it in the original language, there is, like, I wouldn't even know how to type that into Google Translate to get,
Oh yeah.
like, because I got a book that's in Spanish that I wanted. It was only in Spanish. And I'm literally going in on each page and typing it into Google Translate, and then I'm getting it that way. It's not like a novel or anything. It's a graphic novel.
I see.
But
I see.
but I could not do that with something written in Japanese with a whole different alphabet
Oh
that's just
no. Yeah.
incomprehensible. Like the alphabet is just
It's
so
incomprehensible.
incomprehensible. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
I
well.
do understand like a little bit here and there
Mm-hmm.
because it's a very Japanese appears to be a very well, I'm talking about the spoken language. Reading, no. I'm not going to get any of that, but it's a very emotionally indicative language where like a lot of the context can be derived just from how it's spoken. And so while I may not know exactly what they said based on like what I'm seeing and what is in the dialect or the what do you say, the inflectuation.
Inflection.
There I go.
Inflection.
Inflection. Yeah, there I go. Making up words.
Right. Only use that one when you're an English professor someday.
Yeah.
And just to make your kids into failures.
Inflection. Yeah, based on the inflection and what I'm seeing, a lot of times you can make out what's being said.
Okay. I can't. The way I make out what's being said is subtitles.
Yeah.
I'm very clever at reading subtitles.
Oh, I am too. I will read them so fast and like look back up.
Right. That's what I do too. Because you want to see what's going on. You're watching something, you're not reading it, but you're doing both. I guess every movie used to be like that back in the silent era.
Yeah, that's true. Except it was like cards, like
right.
slides.
It wasn't at the bottom. It was like
it's like you'd watch the scene and then you'd see what's said following the scene.
Yeah, get the dialogue.
And then 15 minutes later you're out of there and it's back to your syphilis-filled life. Yeah,
pretty much. What was it?
Back to the humdrum of getting run through by a bayonet.
Yeah, that sucked. Back in the day. Yeah. Back in the day when you get run through that like with bayonets.
Like you lost a son or two back in the 1700s.
No, great grandsons. They were fighting. I was still only 28, but
what is this, Interview with the Vampire?
Totally. Except I can't drink your blood or anything from like across the screen unless I'm an energy vampire.
I'll DM my blood to you.
Oh, okay, cool. I bet someday you can.
Yeah. I'll DM you in a blood emoji. And you can get your sustenance from that.
Okay, that works. Maintain my vampiric beauty.
Yeah.
Cool.
And vampires are so weird. Like the whole not aging thing always did me one in.
How so?
Well, just because like, there have been several like franchises that I've seen where it's like you got this 300-year-old vampire in the body of like an 11-year-old.
Oh yeah, that would creep me out.
And it's just like, how do you view this person? Are they like, because it'd be hard to view them as anything other than a child.
Right.
But yet they saw, the American Revolution, the Industrial Revolution, the Civil War.
Right. All
World
of it.
War 1 and 2. And like
it makes for a very interesting character.
Yeah. And then it's just like, how do you write that as a character?
Mm-hmm.
And then like, how do you broach the subject of romance for that character?
Right.
Because then it's sort of like, questions.
Right. And this is called The Vampire Chronicles, like the whole Interview with the Vampire series. That's like,
yeah, I mean, that was
that's what it's addressing.
Yeah.
I love those books.
Because that was a novel.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. The Vampire Chronicles or whatever.
Yeah. And I don't know, like, I have all of them. I've read all of them. I can't remember how many they're up to now. I think it's somewhere between 12 and 15. I want to say there are 15 of them.
Oh, wow.
But, yeah, they're really good. It's just, they're crazy. You would love them. You would love the first 4 especially. No, you would love the first 5. I bet your favorite would be my favorite, which is the 5th one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have to give those a shot.
Yeah, I would love to discuss those with you. I would love to hear your thoughts on that series. Like, you would like a lot of Anne Rice. You would like The Witching Hour, but it's like this thick, but you don't want it to stop. Like, you're glad it's that thick when you start reading it, but it's really right up your alley, I think.
You're talking about a thick thing up my alley. I like where this is going.
Thick things up your alley. Yeah, I mean, I have this thick thing to put up your alley. It's called The Witching Hour.
With Glenn Clark.
That could be the title. Glenn puts a thick thing up Matt's alley. That's the video title.
Oh, Christ. Anyway, back to health class.
Right. This is, we're talking about things you can do with your alley. It's a health thing
before you put it up my alley.
Right, a book cover needs to go.
Yes,
a dust jacket goes on the thick.
Anne Rice's thick thing for Glenn to put up my alley.
Right. I mean, I could just hand it to you.
Call it the Witching Hour.
Yeah, the witch. That's what we call it, kids.
Fixing to be the Stitching Hour.
The Witching Hour, followed by the Stitching Hour.
Oh no.
Yeah, but you would like that book. So I could give you said thick thing, and you could put it up your own alley.
That's true. Or I could go up to Barnes and Noble and get the creepy guy up there to put the thick thing up my alley.
Nah, I never let the creepy guy put anything up my alley.
He's always got these thick things he's trying to put up my alley, and I'm just never about it.
Wait, but we go to different Barnes and Nobles, so that means there's a creepy guy at both. That might be the
people at your Barnes and Noble are very stuck up.
I agree. It's just like the closest large enough one.
Oh yeah, no, I love that Barnes and Noble, but
it smells nice.
It does. I like the vibe in there.
I like the vibe in most bookstores.
That's true.
Especially big ones. Like I like the vibe at the big half-price books on Northwest Highway.
See, I don't get down with half-price books often enough, just because they don't like. You go to half-price books when you know what you're looking for. Is how I feel.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's just
that's what I do.
I go to Barnes and Noble to browse, but with half-price books, I feel like you have to know what you're looking for in there. Go in there with a purpose, which is sort of like the opposite of what normal like buying used goods is. It's supposed to be like a browsing thing.
I don't know. I at least know like what kind of book I'm looking for when I go in there.
That's true.
I usually do know, like Barnes and Noble and Half Price, it's the same. I know what I'm looking for. It's libraries where I browse.
I know the common phrase is, don't judge a book by its cover.
Right.
But it's just like, well, you can't judge a book at all. And at least with movies and anime and television, at least you have like previews and things like that. If you want to preview a book, you got to pick the book up, read the little synopsis on the back, or hear about it from somebody.
Yeah.
But I don't have time to walk through Barnes and Noble or half-price books and pick up every single book in the science fiction section and be like, yeah, this one seems okay.
Right. True. I judge books by their covers first, and then if the cover grabs me, then I will read the inside flap. And if that grabs me, I will walk out of that store with that book.
Right.
And maybe read it, maybe not.
Maybe not, yeah.
But maybe I will read it eventually. It will go into my stacks of I am going to read this. But every time, like, my stack keeps getting larger.
Yeah.
Then I have to read, like every time you hand me a book to read, I put it on the top of the stack and everything that's been waiting gets like, no. I'm sure the books feel emotions, but
yeah, I'm sure they do too.
Because I want to read your recommendations so that then we can discuss them. The other books I'm just going to be discussing with myself, which is less gratifying. But
definitely.
Yeah, so but then there'll be other books, shiny books, that come in, and just because they're shiny, they go on the top of the stack.
The stop of the
tack. They go on that's what I stack my books on, the stop of a tack.
Right. That's a new phrase.
It is.
The stop of a tack.
Is that that's what that thing, the part you put your thumb on and it always hurts when you push it into a solid wall. But
right.
That could be the stop of attack. Maybe that is what it's called. I don't know. I never called it anything really. Haven't really gotten that close to any tacks. Well, I have gotten close, but it was a toxic relationship.
Oh no, I lived here where we tore up carpet from this one room.
Oh.
And
my feet already hurt.
Yeah, no, on the, what do you call it? The strip that where it stops and goes into laminate flooring.
Uh-huh.
I had the worst habit of stepping on the tacks that were there every time. I couldn't miss them.
Uh-huh.
And no matter how many times I stepped on them, I kept doing it. It's it was the instinctive impulse to step on the border between one room and another instead of stepping over it.
Yeah, it makes me think of the chandelier thing hanging in my house at the front of the house that I can't help. I'm constantly hitting my head on it. because I have the instinctive impulse to stand up. That thing is so low. Setting up my Christmas tree, I banged my head like 32 times.
Oh, underneath, like in your dining room area?
Yeah, and it's like I just could not comprehend.
I converted our dining room into my office.
Mm-hmm.
And for the longest time, we had the low-hanging chandelier in there. So I had to like dodge my head around it. And then finally, we like took the chain that was hanging on, like raised it with some S-hooks. And I still like instinctively like dodge the thing. Like it's never going to stop. Like I bang my head on that thing so many times. I'm just always going to stand up and instinctively walk like this around the center of the room.
Yeah, because you're subconsciously afraid of hitting your head.
Oh, yeah, and that's just what happens when you're moderately tall in everyday society. You hit your head once in the general vicinity, and you will always be ducking your head around that area again.
Right. Even when it's like, irrational, but it once was rational. Like I irrationally on roller coasters get way down like this when we're going to things that are like going over your head.
No, I don't even mess with those. The gratification that comes from a roller coaster is not worth the very slim possibility of me potentially dying on them.
That's a good point. I mean, it is simply a thrill. Right. That's it. It is a thrill that you have very to wait brief
hours in line to get to.
Yeah, hours in line, and it's over like that. Just it's
30
done.
seconds.
30 seconds, you're done. 3 hours in line.
Sounds like my first time, but but still, like it's not worth the like. I don't care if it's 0.001% chance of me possibly dying on this. I do not want to be known as Matt Paul, the guy who went out when the roller coaster messed up, and that's not how I want to go down.
To become an urban legend. That's true. It's like one time this guy was on this roller coaster and got decapitated.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to be that guy.
He just happened to be a little too tall. They actually had made this roller coaster
or too skinny, because man, those things that are safety bars, dude. Mm-hmm. Oh my god!
Those are scary.
I'm like upward gripping them because I'm like, is this thing supposed to protect me? Because I'm falling out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I weigh 125 pounds. I'm like this thin.
Yeah, and like sometimes those things they stop in the middle of the track and you're stranded. Like, what if you're on a loop and you're upside down?
And you're like in a two-seater, and like the person next to you may be a little bit larger in girth than you.
Oh yeah.
And so like it stops at them, and I'm like, oh wait a minute, I've got this much space in between me and this safety bar. There's no seat belt, and we're about to go upside down.
Yup.
I don't, I believe in science, but I don't know if I'm going to put that much faith in inertia.
Right? And I mean, how much of it is inertia actually? Like, you assume all of it is, but it's not, right? It's somewhat electrical. Well, like going up the tracks, maybe the rest is all inertia. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's like when you're going
with sunglasses
like
on,
loop, the inertia from you going in one direction and suddenly changing directions is going to generally keep you in there.
Right.
But like on like the Titan at Six Flags, when you go down the big drop off, inertia doesn't play into that at all. You're holding on and being kept in there by the cart
rail
itself. Yeah.
Yep.
Because inertia says the cart is moving away from me. This object inside the cart is either going to be pulled with some sort of attachment to the cart. Otherwise, it's staying where it is, which is in midair, 200 feet above ground.
Right.
And so I do not want to be the object in midair, 200 feet above ground, while the cart zooms away from me.
Right. Yeah. That would be tragic.
And then when you're at the Texas State Fair and they're on the little spinny things or whatever, and you can just see the base of the whole freaking ride just sort of rocking and creaking, and you're just like, no.
Yeah,
not today.
The State Fair rides are scary to me.
I will drink my beer and eat my roasted corn. Thank you very much.
And your fried ice cream or whatever they fry there every year.
Whatever they got. I haven't had any of it in years.
No, I haven't been in years.
Yeah, you definitely weren't going to catch me this year.
Oh, no. Heck no.
I was monitoring like the Dallas COVID situation after that. And yeah, huge spike right during the 2 weeks after the fair launched.
I was curious.
Yeah, massive spike right after that. Middle of September, man. I was like, go figure.
Right.
Pack a bunch of sick sardines in a barrel.
Yeah, for real. It's crazy. It is crazy. People are crazy.
They should have had vaccination stations set up there.
Really? They should. That would have been a great idea.
Pro-vaccination thing.
Heck yeah.
Like, hey, come to the state fair and get your shot.
But
then again, I don't know, because then the people would get their shots and then go start drinking and hollow banting around.
Right. Well, maybe it would hurt less after, like, the next day.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Because I didn't do that when I got vaccinated. I wasn't at the state fair, so I can't know these things.
Yeah.
That hasn't
I guess not everybody goes to the state fair to get,
vaccinated, drunk.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I didn't go to the state fair to get drunk.
Yeah, no. I went to go drive a Corvette drunk.
Well, that's a good idea.
Let's drive a Corvette. And it's like, they're like, you got insurance? I'm like, maybe.
Good enough.
Let me get behind the wheel of this bad boy.
Yeah, I love going to the car show thing. That's always fun.
I used to tear it up when they had the rock climbing wall there.
Oh, yeah.
I wish they had prizes for that thing because...
Well, if they did, it would be...
Yeah, the kids didn't know what they were doing. Like, I brought my rock climbing shoes and my own harness and the chalk bag. And I was like, all right, let's do this.
Excellent. Yeah, the state fair. Oh, well, I don't miss it.
I don't either. Once I stopped eating meat and stopped riding roller coasters, I'm like,
Yeah, what are you going to do at the state fair?
Yeah, there's nothing.
But okay, I was thinking about this. Speaking of not eating meat, I've noticed all of the vegan stuff at the store is fried.
Yeah.
Which probably not, you want to not support the meat industry, but at the same time you have this promise of it being healthier.
Right.
But if everything is fried, I've been eating so many fried vegan things.
Yeah.
It just cannot be healthy. I'm going to wind up ironically having a heart attack from eating vegan.
Yeah. No, and you're not wrong. And I've been meaning to do less prepared frozen foods myself. But because I did food prep for a while where I spent a whole Sunday just making a week's worth of meals. And yeah, I mean, the best diet is definitely a whole foods plant-based diet where you're in the produce section more than you're in the frozen section.
Right. You're not just living on chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
And French fries, Jack in the Box curly fries.
Yeah. I just got done eating some Morningstar vegetizers.
I've seen
they were
those. I haven't.
Little, like they're called like nacho nuggets, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Because they're like filled with like nacho stuff, I guess. They're pretty good. You know,
Okay.
they take 15 minutes to make. So I'm like, that's what I'm about. Pop them in the oven for 15 minutes and we're good to go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a long time to cook something for me. I do make the
Yeah.
monthly exception of cooking a larger, like a real
Yeah,
meal.
but you don't have to do anything. You just preheat the oven and throw them in there for 15 minutes.
True story.
Sit down and read your manga for 15 minutes and they're done. But yeah,
Yeah.
anything that I got to stand in front of the stove for and stir things, that's when it becomes problematic for me.
Like I enjoy doing it for people, not for myself. When it's
Oh, so it
myself, it's
works.
the microwave.
Yeah.
And when it's other people, I do enjoy it, but I can't do it. Like it's tedious if I'm just doing it for myself. Like
Oh yeah.
why? Why am I doing this? I just want to eat. I don't want to cook. It's just
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, no, I want to go to like Michelle's house this
Mm,
weekend maybe and just fry up like a week's worth of tofu scramble, which is
mm.
like scrambled egg but tofu instead,
Uh-huh.
because it makes such a good breakfast. And it's like I'm like a huge opponent to leftovers,
Mm.
which is horrible for a single person to be. And
Right.
like someone who's not trying to eat microwavable slash oven cooked frozen foods for every single meal.
Mm-hmm.
I just, leftovers, they lose their appeal to me very quickly. Like if it's been more than a day since I made that food, I'm just sort of like, eh.
Not me. I like leftovers better sometimes. Like,
Sometimes,
I don't know. I like hot food cold. It's weird. It's very
yeah,
weird.
not me.
Whoa. Just the
Sorry, leg.
I know, it looks so far away from you. Like it's some sort of like
Uh,
I don't know what, like a tentacle coming up from somewhere with pants on, but it doesn't look attached to you. That's what I'm
that's
saying.
why I had to make this camera angle make sense. Because then otherwise you just got these two big
Right.
old things.
Oh no, the baby's coming.
My big old toe here.
Wow.
I sit with my leg crossed a lot. So having to keep it out of the camera angle here.
Yeah, I'm sitting cross-legged in this chair like I'm about to meditate like a Jedi.
See, if I
But
did that, my I guess that's not terrible. But I don't sit like this. My hair is like poofing out on one side.
weird. It just looks like, I don't know, hair. You know what's funny? Like last time you were over here, I noticed like the part, like I never saw you move your hair.
Oh, did I
You're
flip it the other way?
like several times. And apparently,
Yeah,
like
I do
every
that when
time
it
I
gets late
noticed
and I
your
get
part, it
tired.
was on the other side.
It like gives like half my face like it's weird. It's like a cooling thing, honestly.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm like, oh, now this side of my head feels very cool. And then like every now and then like I'll flip it and then yeah.
That makes sense. That's good. That's
I just
funny.
go a lot of different directions. I don't really know what to do with all this hair sometimes, so I just throw it in different directions.
Yeah, you do more with yours than I do. Like mine's just straight back, but then it'll part itself. So there's always a part, but I didn't do it. It's right in the middle. And I either have it down or up. Sometimes I do it like this because I don't want it hanging all around. But I'm not very
Oh yeah,
creative.
the little half ponytail thing.
Yeah.
I do that a lot too when I'm working until it
Mm-hmm.
bugs me that like it's like blocking me from like my headrest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna fix it.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like I like it. My hair is my friend. I think I just like I would walk into walls if I didn't have my hair. It's kind of like extra sensors.
Yeah.
I don't know. And plus, you know, and I use it to like plug into like space aliens and ride them.
That's what this thing is for.
Oh, okay. I wondered. I thought you must have an extraterrestrial steed.
Then strangulating people in bathroom stalls, you know.
Oh, right.
When things get dicey.
Confessing to the murder on
when people don't pay up.
YouTube. Who did you kill? Who was it?
If I ever get taken alive, I can just use this to take me out.
That's true. It's true. I don't. Are you? You're flying away.
No, I'm stretching.
Well,
you must have. I don't know if we got any weather coming in. My shoulder joints been weird.
Oh no, old man.
Yeah, I know. My joints get weird with the changing weather.
Yeah, I feel it in my ankle that I injured. That'll start hurting really bad when it gets cold, or when it gets like super like stormy.
No, mine is the storms. Like my hips and knees have always done that since I was a kid.
Huh. You must have.
It's gonna rain today.
Yeah, that's cool. You're one of those people.
I was born with granny knees.
Granny knees predict the weather. Like if grandma's walking down the hall and you barely hear it clicking, weather's gonna be fine. If granny's walking down the hall and you just hear every time she takes a step.
Yeah, except that granny.
Duck and cover. What?
As a 9-year-old.
Right. See, that's why we did this video sitting down, because we didn't want people to hear you walking. Like
I haven't done that in years.
Your joints just froze up.
Yeah, no.
Like by the time you were 15.
Man, it spoils you. Because I wake up and walk 10 steps to work all day, and then walk 10 steps home.
Yeah, I don't know. You're gonna probably die too. Heart failure, like
hopefully. Oh, not heart failure.
Hopefully. You're like, when?
Like, hopefully I die someday.
I don't know. I could do
I could probably do a lot with immortality.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
A lot of people paint it like it'd be pretty lonely, but I feel like I am of the mindset where I could get past the loss of friends and family, and
right?
Like the pain of having to start over with new friends and whatnot. I feel like I'm of a sound enough mind to where I could do a lot with immortality.
Yeah, same. Because, you know, that's one of the reasons I want to get a dog, to train me for immortality. Because I need to start getting comfortable letting go of things. What?
Yeah, well, to that dog, you are immortal.
Right, exactly.
You are some divine being that was there at their first waking and is there at their passing as well.
Exactly. We're like dragons.
Yeah, you are a god.
Yeah, humans are the fantasy creature on this planet. And we fantasize about creatures with super intelligence and really long lifespans. Yeah, but that's actually us. If you compare us to most other animals, like whales and things live
one day the whales are
than
we
make
do. Movies about us.
Yeah, I doubt they'll be very flattering.
Yeah, and I doubt there may not be any whales left either.
Right? It would be kind of ironic if the whales outlived the humans in like the history of Earth.
Oh man, I've never thought about that before.
Me neither.
Or like the descendants of another species are eventually the dominant form of life on the planet and gain some semblance of intelligence and are digging up the remains of human civilization.
Yeah, and trying to figure out what we were all about.
What our culture was like.
And and I'll be interested all the things they get wrong.
Yeah.
because, because like they'll be looking at us through the lens of themselves for one thing.
The one skull that they find is Donald Trump's, and they're like, they were a very simple-minded species. You can tell
right. They weren't very intelligent at all.
Yeah, you can tell by the smoothness of the cranium here.
No, that would be terrible. But it's possible. I don't know. I think like 10,000 years after humans are gone from the earth, Mount Rushmore is about the only thing that will still remain of us because of the climate that it's in, and it's
fairly well
solid
preserved.
rock. Yeah. So I wonder what the next intelligent life form to arise would think of that.
We should turn the moon into a big old Mount Rushmore.
That would be weird. Actually carve the face of a man in the moon.
Yeah.
Whose face?
I don't know. Don't ask me that. That's something I'd have to ponder.
Yeah.
David Bowie? I don't
know. Kim Jong-un.
Oh God. I'm sure that's on his docket.
Right. No, yeah, Hitler. We should as a prank. Christ. As like an April Fool's Day. Like just go carve Hitler's face on the moon.
Oh no.
Like you're some billionaire prankster in the future. They all have spaceships these days.
Pretty sure that was a plot line in Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, right. Well, I haven't seen that in years, and I never watched the whole thing.
It's good. The Netflix adaptation is but
yeah, I thought about watching it and then watching the new one just because I was curious.
No, I mean, because I've watched the original multiple times, and then I spent the weekend a couple weekends ago with my brother. We ended up in a hotel in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And in order to not weird him out too much with anything I was going to watch, I was like, let's watch the new live action adaptation of Cowboy Bebop, which he immediately fell asleep to. But I watched like the first 3 episodes, and I was like, this is all right. Like the way I thought of it was like, if I had never seen the original before, this would make me want to watch the original.
Oh, okay.
And so it's sort of like a double whammy sort of thing, because Netflix also has the original anime depiction on there. And so, for the newer generations or just people that never watched it, they may watch it and want to see the original. And so it's good for Netflix. They spent money to make this thing, and now people are continuing their subscriptions in order to watch the 26 episodes of the original.
Right. Yeah. It's a good business model to do it that way.
Yeah, it wouldn't make any sense if they didn't have the original
already
under license for them to show to their viewers.
Right.
Because then why adapt it into a live action if you're just going to create demand for the original?
Yeah, which some competitor has streaming.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, true story. Oh, well. I don't watch much Netflix. Like, I just binge things on occasion. Same. Or when you're like, watch this tear-jerker anime film on Netflix real quick.
I watched it again recently.
It was, which one? There were a couple.
A Silent Voice.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I needed that emotional release recently, and so I watched that again. And it smacked just as hard. Like the second, because I've been holding it off for quite a while, so like it's not time yet. You still gotta let it simmer a little bit. And man, I watched it again, and it hit just as hard, man. I guess not as hard because I only started tearing up. Like tears were only streaming down my face at like one point.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to like fight them back at other points. But like, man, when I first watched that thing, it was like 4 minutes in, just tear down my cheek.
Right.
And yeah,
it was such a good story though. Like it wasn't like negative tear jerking.
No, it really wasn't.
It was like just emotional.
And I liked how with such a short runtime.
Yeah.
Because it was like it's like 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
They have like different arcs even within that runtime. To where like there are different pivot points in the story.
Right. They did.
Because like it could have ended like 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And they pivot perfectly into another tangent of the story.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I'm working on getting all of the manga together before I start reading it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only 7 volumes.
Yeah, that's not many compared to some of them.
Yes.
It's like some of them with 26 books or something. How many were in Domestic Girlfriend? Wasn't it 26?
28, I believe.
It was one of the 26 or 28. Yeah.
Yeah, one of them even numbers in the 20s, past 24.
Yeah, one of those.
No, and that's the longest one that I've read. Like anything past like, and that's where I sort of set my limit too with manga is like anything past 30. I'm just not going to do. Like it's gonna have to have a special place in my heart for that.
Right.
Or I would have had to have been there from the start.
Oh,
because like there are some out there that just go on and on and on and on.
Like I used to
mostly like action genre that want to keep the characters alive, trucking.
Yeah, like Dragon Ball,
Bleach, One Piece, Naruto. Those they want to keep their characters alive for as long as possible and show them battling it out with, you know, many adversaries.
Right.
And that's fine for that genre. But I like my stories to have solid like beginnings, middles, and ends.
Yeah.
And
yeah. I agree.
Mostly based in reality.
It's like
I enjoy a little bit of fantasy, but I still want an ending.
Yeah. Like that's how I plot out my series. When I'm writing a series, I always know where the series is going to end and pretty much how many books are going to be in it. Because I don't like the open-ended, make it up as you go along and just keep it going somehow kind of storytelling.
Right. It makes sense from like a marketing standpoint for like characters like Goku. You know, you want Goku to be just fighting the strongest foes that you can think of until you die.
Right. Well, like Superman started in the 30s, the 1930s. He's still fighting all the bad guys. It's the same. Yeah, you keep those characters who become corporate icons alive.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you kill them, it's for money. Like they've all done it. They've all died and come back. Goku is no exception to that.
A triple time no exception.
Right. Like he makes a habit of it and he's just training.
Yeah, they make whole plot lines out of it. Like, and then the one time he dies and then says to his wife and kid, yeah, I'm just going to stay dead, even though you could bring me back to life.
Right.
I want to see what death is about. So have fun taking care of our kid. I'm going to go train in the afterlife.
Right. That's what he's just training. He doesn't, but he's just, the character is very childlike though. Like, I think intentionally. He doesn't think about like adult responsibilities usually. Like,
he doesn't understand them.
Right, exactly.
I don't know how he even made multiple kids.
Right. Probably he wasn't in control.
No, he definitely wasn't. Chi-Chi had him on a leash.
Yup. And he liked it, I'm sure. He enjoyed it. Like, he just was going along with whatever. I bet I should stop talking.
Yeah, he thought marriage was a type of cake.
Right. We had this
So when
discussion.
he agreed to marry Chi-Chi, he thought he was agreeing to a meal. But he also doesn't believe in like going back on his word. So because he was wrong in his interpretation of what she meant, he got stuck with a lifetime ball and chain.
Right.
Which is just awesome in multiple ways.
Yeah. Those stories are fun. Those characters are fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh well. We should probably wrap this up, just because like you and me, that was one of my things. I'm just like, what are we going to talk about, and will we stop before it's been like 7 hours?
I don't know if you had an agenda for this thing or like some talking points, but just go ahead and tear those up.
Right, there's no point, like especially with you, like, or like anybody, like you, Nick Aston, like there's no point plotting out what you're going to talk about. You just talk. But yeah, you and me, it's like we can't get on the phone for fewer than 6 hours.
6 hours, yeah.
The last time it was literally just about 6 in the morning. So I'm like, all right, that can't happen on Zoom, because that would be the never-ending YouTube video. Yeah,
we just start streaming and stay live.
Right? We could do that. But
we probably could do a 24-hour stream.
We could. That would be fun. There'd need to be some kind of purpose. Well, maybe not, just to see if we could do it.
We could very well establish a purpose, and it would not be adhered to in the slightest.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like, if I came up with like real topics for conversations and sunglasses, it would kind of be a joke that there was a topic.
I wouldn't mind topics. You just have to cut me off, and I don't mind that either.
Right. But I never want to cut you off. That's why it's like neither one of us ever cuts the other off. So that's why we have those eternal phone calls, which I don't mind at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. But yeah, we should. What?
I was going to say, these sunglasses have taken on new meaning.
Yeah.
Every time I wear these now, I'm going to be thinking about sunglasses conversations.
Yes. Good. Yeah, every time you wear your sunglasses around the house.
More often than I'd like to admit.
Oh well, it's fine. As long as you're having a good time, enjoying life. But yeah, we're gonna have to wrap this up. Thank you for being my guest. I'll put a link to your band thing.
Oh, tight. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So the plug never ends. All right, this has been Conversations in Sunglasses with Matt Paul. Go away.
All right. Farewell.
I will. You do the same.
I will certainly try to.
Good night.
Good night.